Good morning, everybody. It's Minister Toya, and this is Morning Coffee, and I am so happy to be here. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Feliz Navidad, whatever it is, however it is that you're expressing your holidays this morning. I just want to say Happy Holidays, and may the calendar keep bringing Happy Holidays to you. So, I haven't been on since Monday because you guys know I've been traveling. I was with my son and in Chicago. Had the best time ever. Let me show you what he bought me. Like, this is what my oldest gave me for Christmas, and he gave me cash. And so this in cash always works. He is my favorite 28-year-old in the whole wide world. So, and so now I'm at my little son's house, and he has a nice apartment. I really enjoy, being here with him. I'm going to bake some gumbo, and we're gonna eat and probably sleep after we eating some more and then sleep some more. And so I'm just getting plenty of rest so I can be, but I haven't started working because the fight still has to go on, right? The fight is still happening all over the country, all over the world. So we are still fighting a good fight, and I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to be here with you guys this morning. Oh my God. So much has happened since the last time we talked, right? Because on Monday when we talked, President, Trump was going to sign the new stimulus relief bill. Then by Wednesday, he had vetoed it and changed his mind, discovered all these little idiosyncrasies in the bill that had made no sense whatsoever. How is it that illegal immigrants could get $1,800, up to $1,800 per person, and you as a hardworking American, as an American citizen, only receive $600 per person in your household per the stimulus package? But if you're an immigrant, that's the Democrats for you, though. Let's keep it 100. The Democrats have always been pro immigration, pro immigrant, and that's a good thing. I'm not xenophobic. I'm not against people from other countries, but what I am pro America. I am pro ADOS, and I do believe that we should if anyone should get $1,800, it should be us, right? If in the last stimulus bill, if you didn't have a social security number, you could not get any of that stimulus money. So, while I felt bad for some people, I also know that this country hasn't always been fair to everybody. So that's not something I can do. Okay, I just want to say that Samantha's not with us today. Yeah, right. It's not always been fair. Samantha's not with us today and this Christmas, so I didn't really expect her, but I am glad that we'll see her next week. She was ready on Wednesday. I was in the air, and I could not get to you guys. Like, I thought that I was going to have good internet, but I didn't. So I couldn't get to you guys, and I'm so sorry about that. So let's talk about, I want to really dive into I saw a poster, a flyer for what is called the People's Agenda. And I need to address this. I have to address this because if I don't address it and allow people to think it's okay, no one else is going to really address it out loud. Y'all know I don't care. Y'all know I'm going to say what I feel. So, and I'm not afraid of the backlash. So this is the thing. The People's Agenda is a direct direct opposition to the black agenda and our call for reparations. It's the status quo's way of redirecting or changing the narrative from us calling for reparations and a stern black agenda to make it about the people, the people's agenda. Let me tell you this. If there's anyone that claims to love black lives and they are not calling for reparations for those black lives, they don't love black lives. Let me say that. And if you're confused about that, then you're being misled, right? If you are working with allies and they are not calling for black lives, if they have the audacity, let me talk about this. They had the audacity to make it about a people's agenda versus a black agenda and a call for reparations. Then that's a problem. That's a problem with those white allies, and they are not allies. Stop kidding yourself. I'm not sugarcoating it this year. I'm not taking that into 2021 with me. I'm not going to act like you my friend. You're not going to smile in my face and tell me it's raining and you pissing on my head. I'm keeping it 100 with you this year. And that's real. I'm not going to smile in your face and act like the things that you're doing is okay and go along to get along, because I'm not that type of sister. I'm not that type of minister, and I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't play with people. When it comes to my people, us getting what we need. And what we need right now is reparations. The average black family in St. Paul is worth $15,000 per year. The median income is $15,000 per year. While the average white family is at $60,000. Their median income is $60,000 per year. Stop playing with me. You really love Black lives, but you want to see me go home and continue being in poverty. You want to see me continue to have to beg on the street, have to sleep on the side outside. That's what you're talking about when you say you love Black lives? No, that's not it. I'm sorry. And I hate to become so hard and be so hard this morning, but it's the truth, and I just cannot sugarcoat it. I'm sorry. Let me get my libations this morning. My coffee's not here yet, so I'm just going to drink my orange juice until it comes. So I got to talk about that. So on Inauguration Day, BLM Minnesota, along with several other organizations, are calling for reparations for American descendants of chattel slavery. Now, I have made this known all over Minnesota, I've let it be known that this is the black agenda, and this is what we need. Stop saying you love Black lives if you really don't. I'm telling you, I'm gonna call you out every time. Stop saying Black lives matter when they really don't matter to you. Because if they matter to you, it's not just about police brutality, because that's included in our reparations order. Health and healing to families. That's all included in there. We're not read ADOS 101. That's what you do. Or read about what we require in reparations. Do some studying. But it's not all about calling on police brutality. It's not all about that. We need that check cut. Real talk. And if you're not fighting for us, you're fighting against us. And if you're not an ally, you're an enemy. And that's just the realism of it. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm not here to sugarcoat it this year. I'm not taking that into, I'm not going to pretend like what people are doing all right. The people's agenda. What the heck is a people's agenda? What are you calling for? Because if you're not calling for a package that would make the lives of those very lives that you claim to love, or you shouting out and you riding off the backs of my people, talking about Black Lives Matter, you bad as them sisters in LA. These white-led organizations here in Minnesota around here talking about Black Lives Matter, but you want to anti-war committee, TCJ for J, talking about a people's agenda. What is that about? You're not for us. You're against us. And that's the realism. I'm calling you out this morning. Okay. All right, I'm calm. But anyway, on the 20th, we're on Inauguration Day. We're going to be in DC. And I'm urging everybody that can come. If you really, truly are, you're really, truly a supporter of Black lives, and you are an ally, or you are American descendant of chattel slavery, or whomever you are, I'm urging you to come and stand with us on the 20th in DC as we make a demand for a Black agenda that includes reparations. And we stand up for Breonna Taylor against police brutality. We will be doing that in DC on the, good morning, everybody. I don't know who's all watching, but good morning. We'll be doing that in DC on the 20th. Myself, ADOS DMV, Don Page, I think, will be there. Some other organizations that I really can't remember all of their names will be there, but we'll all be there. And in Black Lives Matter Plaza. We're gonna march. We're gonna have speakers. We're gonna demand what is owed to us. Joe said that he had our back. Now we're here to collect. You got our back. We're collecting. We're not gonna allow you to just pay us when you want to, or think you're gonna pay us in 4 more years when if you live that long, because you're really old. If you last that long for 4 more years and act like now we best friends. No, we're gonna ask you for what we need in the gate. In the gate on day one, inauguration day, we are asking for reparations for the American descendants of the chattel slavery. And anybody who's not doing that with us, anybody who's standing against us or saying something differently and claims to be an ally, you are not an ally. Period. Hey, Miss Parker. Good morning. Good morning. It's great morning. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. To you. And I wish I should have asked you to join me this morning. But I wanted to, it would have been, yeah, I should have asked you. I'm sorry about that. Be my guest host this morning. But if you feel like it, if you get your face on, get ready and let me know before the show is over. But yes, I needed to address that. I needed to address the fact that we have a lot of people who scream Black Lives Matter and they are for us, but they really are not for us, because the people's agenda is in direct opposition. It's a spit in the face to those of us who are out here fighting for Black lives, those of us who are American descendants of chattel slavery, who are fighting for reparations for our very existence. That's a spit in the face. And I can't understand why anyone would not understand that. My feelings were really hurt. Merry Christmas, love. My feelings were really hurt, and I didn't understand why it would be a need to do such a thing, right? But let's get in this. I just wanted to let you guys know that you need to know that there are people that let me say why my feelings were hurt, because I've organized with these people. I really believe that they were for Black lives. I really believe that they had my best interests at heart. But when you get to doing reparations work, when you get to talking about what Black people need and what we need to sustain, then you find out who your real friends are. You find out who really cares about us and who really doesn't care about us, because it's all right. People want to see us, so they're okay if we go from one pair of pants to 2, but don't let us get a whole wardrobe. Then they don't want to see that happen. You know what I'm saying? They okay as long as we get a little okay. You know what I'm saying? But what really happened to our white allies if Black lives really began to matter here in America? If people really put our lives first, or cared about our lives, what would they do? They go back to protesting the whales and war and all that good stuff? I don't know. But right now, I guess this is pretty exciting. We're going to protest every time one of y'all get murdered. We're going to be out there and we're going to do press conferences, and we're going to call the media and let people know that we, as your white allies, we care about Black lives. No, you do not. Stop playing with me. Someone who cared about Black lives would want those Black lives to have everything they need to be successful. And you don't. That people's agenda that they got going on Inauguration Day is a direct spit in the face to those of us who are calling for reparations and a Black agenda. It's saying you don't care. And I want to be adamant about that. I want you to know that is not okay. What did you say, Miss Parker? Let me see you read on. Imagine that. Yes. I needed to be crystal clear about that, because we still have Black people who think that that's okay. It's not okay. We're not included in the people's agenda. We're included in the Black agenda, and the call for reparations. That's not our march. That's not our fight. Our fight is for us. And we have to learn how to start putting us first. That's why we continue to be bottom cast. That's why we continue to be the last on the totem pole, because we want to be all inclusive to everybody. Sometimes you got to say, "Oh no, let me look out for me and mine." Sometimes you got to put yourself first. Like Fantasia said, sometimes you got to put yourself first. And when she said, "I'm doing me," and as an ADOS woman, I'm doing us, right? And sometimes we have to put ourselves first, because we are so inclusive. We want everybody to have a piece of this pie. But we got to get our pie first, and then we can bring everybody else in. Because when black people are okay, when black people get what they need, just like when we got the Civil Rights Act, after the Civil Rights Act was passed, and the Immigration Act was passed, we worked for that. We fought for that. White America didn't wake up one day and say, damn it, I think I'm gonna need some white people, some immigrants to come over here. No, they did not say that. We fought for that immigration, for the Immigration Act. And then for some of you to get over and treat us like we don't matter, that's hurtful too. That's a whole nother show. We'll get back to that. Because there needs to be some unity. When we're calling for reparations, we need to have our brothers and sisters of all Black races to stand with us and make that same call. Because when we're okay, you're okay. And that's just the realism of it. So I also wanted to talk about Trump in this bill. Trump was absolutely right. He was absolutely right to put a stop to that bill. That bill was stupid. I can't say that. I can just say stupid. It was like the stupidest thing I ever seen. And I still haven't gotten my coffee. What's up with that? I just want to say. Shout out to my delivery guy from McDonald's. Where is my coffee? But yes, that was it had, like I said, it had $1,800 in for illegal immigrants and $600 per American, which was absolutely wrong. It had a lot of other things that involve like fish reproduction, chicken reproduction, money to go to Egypt and Palestine, and all in different countries. But the bulk of that money was going away from us. It wasn't coming here. But all they wanted to give Americans was $600. And I'm thankful to hashtag 45 for catching that and making it known that we were being jilted as American people. It's rare that the government wants to give us anything. And hats off to you, President Trump, for demanding $2,000. But will we see that in your presidency, or will we have to wait for Biden? And my fear is that if we have to wait for Biden, that we might not get that. We might not get the $2,000 that you said that you called for. And we might not get the help that we need in the States with unemployment and things of that nature. So we need for that stimulus bill to be rectified, approved, and for the money to get into the hands of the American people. I can't understand why it takes Congress so long to help the very people that put them in office. If you're a congressman or a congresswoman, and we are the people who put you in office, wouldn't it make sense that you would want to make their lives better? Because without the people who put you in office, you would not be there. How can you go and fight over our lives and play with our lives like they don't matter? How can you do that? You see that people are suffering. People are dying from the coronavirus. People are getting sick and sicker every day. Yet you still continue to play with our lives like they don't matter. I'm making a call out to my congresswoman, my state representative, Ilhan Omar. What are you doing to increase and help the lives of the people in your district, which is the fourth worst place in America for Black people to live? The fourth worst place in America. I'm not talking about in Minnesota. I'm not talking about in the Midwest. I mean all 50 states. It's the fourth worst place in America for Black people to live. What do you plan on doing about that, sis? The same thing you did the last 2 years. Absolutely nothing. I saw your plan, and none of it had anything to do with the district from which you come from, or helping the people who are living in tents and living outside, being evicted. How do you get evicted from the park? Being evicted from the park because they have nowhere to go. What is your plan on helping those people? Absolutely nothing. And shame on you to the people who put her in office. Shame on you to the people who reelected her, because nothing's going to change. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You do what you always did, you're going to get what you always got. But that's all right. That's all right. You had an opportunity for change, which was me, but you chose Ilhan over me. So now nothing's going to change, right? But that's all right. I'm gonna give you another chance at this thing called change. We're gonna eventually it's gonna get to a point where we're gonna need a great change in the 5th congressional district, because we're not things in my district are terrible. They're terrible living conditions, not just for me, not just for Black people, but for poor white people, Hispanics, natives. All of us we're all barely living, and it's because of the conditions in our district. It's because of the conditions in our state. We have the worst people in office ever. We got one-term Tim. We got Melvin. I don't like to go in on Melvin because he's Black, and I feel some kind of way, but sometimes you just have to go in on somebody, right? We got Melvin, who's also probably going to serve one term. We got one-term Fry. You know he's not coming back in office. He's not. If we put him back in the office, what are we saying about us as a people? So we have these people who don't have our best interests at heart. And let's not forget, it was the same people along with Keith Ellison. Let's not forget that they let the man that killed George Floyd out of jail. He is roaming around free. The people who are involved in that murder are roaming around free because of that leadership that we have in place right now, because of KKK Crow, because of Ellison, because of our mayor, because of our city council, because of the people in leadership right now. That man is walking around free. And guess what? George Floyd is dead and his family is mourning. Let's talk about that. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100 this morning, right? So y'all don't hear me though. I'm here by myself. Are you with me? Am I by myself? Can you hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm saying that man is walking around free. He's walking around free, and George Floyd is dead. He was murdered on Facebook. Do you guys remember? By the same man that they let out of jail, so that he could go somewhere else and live in peace. George Floyd's family is not living in peace. His brother, his sister, his aunties, his uncles, his nieces and nephews are not living in peace. He's not living. His Black life did matter, and it does matter, but it didn't matter to those who are in charge. Now, we got to think about who we put in office. Real talk. But y'all don't hear me. I'm by myself. Y'all don't hear me. We have to absolutely think about those people. Keith Ellison. I put Tim and Keith together. Keith Ellison looks like us, but he's not us. He looked like us. He looked like us. He has the same structure as us, and he claims to be a Muslim and all of that good stuff. And I don't mess with people's religion, so if that's what you say you are, that's what you are. But he is not one of us. Just because you look like us don't make you us. He is not for us. He's not about Black lives. He's not for Black lives. Anytime he can allow that man to leave custody, or he's the state's attorney. Are you telling me there's nothing you could have done to keep this man in jail? Stop playing with me, Keith. And shame on you people who voted him into office. I didn't vote him into office. He didn't get my vote. I don't know who I voted for. It was somebody on the marijuana ticket. I don't even know who it was, but I know it wasn't him. I knew when he was a congressman that he wasn't about the people. Although I did not believe, I still to this day don't believe that he did what they said that he did to that woman. And for me not to believe that, or not to be promoting that says something, because I don't like him as a person or a politician. And I will say that I'm okay with that. Oh, thank you. She said, Ms. Parker said, I feel it, hear you. Yes, it's time that we start to do some different things when it comes to our leadership. We need to make sure that the leadership that we have is going to absolutely fight for our lives. By the way, please tell the people. Let me get my glasses. You know I can't see. People, let me get it way over there. Please tell the people that it's it is the Derek Chauvin trial of the murder of George Floyd. Oh, tell people that it is the Derek Chauvin. No, the George Floyd. No, not the George. Okay, it's a Ms. Parker wanted me to let you know that it's the trial of Derek Chauvin, who is the guy who is the police officer who murdered George Floyd, not the George Floyd trial. George Floyd is not on trial. George Floyd is dead. He is absolutely dead because Derek Chauvin murdered him on Facebook with his knee in his neck. Now, America has had their knee. Come on, can we talk? Can we talk? Keep it 100. Can we talk? America has had his knee on our neck for over 401 years, right? Theoretically. And the irony of how Kaepernick took a knee against the flag because Black lives were being taken by police in the street. The irony of this man, this police officer, putting his literal knee in the neck of this Black man until he died. And they want to say, well, he was on amphetamine. And well, a lot of y'all are on a lot of stuff, but that doesn't mean that you deserve to die. That doesn't mean that you deserve, because you smoke marijuana or crystal meth or crack or do heroin, that doesn't mean you deserve to die. That means you need some help. That doesn't mean that this is okay for a police officer to come along and kill you. I personally think that I'm going to keep that thought to myself. But, Toy Vaughn? I think he left. I think I need my coffee. I don't have my coffee this morning. And I know they delivered it because it's been a long time. It's been, Same on your phone, later. Huh? 16272. Okay, guys, I'm checking to see where my coffee is. Y'all know I need my coffee early in the morning. That's why it's called morning coffee. I don't know what. And I ordered it because I didn't have any coffee here. Where is DoorDash? There we go. Did I order it? It says order complete. That's what's for Red Lobster. And where is my food? Oh, you know what? In order to get coffee, you have to really order it, right? So all this time I have not. Oh Lord, that is not good. That's not good, Toya. That's just not good. Now, I didn't order my coffee. I feel so senile. Too. I feel so senile. I did not order my coffee. Are they serious? I feel so old. Like I know I had, but like I've been talking. I'm sorry. Well, I gotta order my coffee. So where's the credit card that we're going to use? We're going to use Apple Pay. And we're going to pay with Apple Pay. I'm sorry, everyone. I have to have my coffee. So I'm at my son's house and he doesn't have a coffee maker. I started to buy him one yesterday when I was at Walmart and get a coffee maker. I have my coffee here. But I said, well, it wouldn't be of any use because once I leave, who's going to drink coffee? It'll just be me. Let's see. I want to say hi to everybody that I this morning. If I have not already spoken to you, if you're just joining us, I want to say good morning. We've had some pretty good conversation. Without due process, he was tried, convicted, executed, and in sight that day. Mr. Floyd deserves his day in court with evidence, not unfounded allegations. You are absolutely right, Ms. Parker. Free Parker 97. You are absolutely right. He deserves his day. Don't forget, guys, to like and share, like my page, like the page, subscribe so that you'll know when I'm coming on. It costs nothing. It's absolutely free to like and share. But you're absolutely right. There's no reason why this man should have been killed in plain daylight. He should have been murdered right there. There's absolutely no reason why that should have happened. And I, for one, believe that he needs justice. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Oh, big shout out to Myron for welcome home, my brother. Welcome home. Glad you're back. Glad to see that you're out. I'm sorry that you had to go through what you had to go through for all of those years, but I want to tell you that even though we don't know each other, I know of you. I know your story, and I want to say welcome home, and thank you for the things that you've said and how you've said them, and not being bitter. Like, I would be bitter. Like, bitter wouldn't even be the word. I'd be mad as hell. But I thank God for you, and I thank God that you are home and that you are with your family. And if there's anything that we can do for you here at Morning Coffee, if you ever want to come on and talk about your story or tell your story, then you're more than welcome to come and share with us. We'll be happy to have you anytime, your family. Anytime that you get ready, just reach out, Minister Toya Woodland on Facebook. And hit me up in my inbox, Samantha. You get either one of us up on Facebook. But yes, so I wanted to come on, even though it was Christmas, and I know people were going to be with their families, but I still wanted to come on because I have not seen you guys in days. Like, I feel I missed you, and I'm trying to grow my show, and consistency is the key to anything, right? So staying consistent and staying staying consistent is absolutely the key. And I'm so grateful that you guys have been coming and sharing this moment with me, helping me to build up my little morning show where we share news as it's happening. We share, we talk about current events. We talk about the things that are needed in our community to get better. Like I said, if you are planning on joining us on the 20th, on the actual day of inauguration in DC, we're not playing with them. We're going to DC, and we're going to call for reparations for American descendants of chattel slavery. And if you want to go, please let me know so that I can get you all of the travel information that you need if you're looking to go. And so we would really love to see all of you there. We need allies. We need people who are going to stand with us and make sure that we are getting the reparations that are owed to us. Reparations is not charity. It's not something that we're giving. It's something that is owed to Black people because of the labor that we put in, our descendants put in, and then we're still putting in today: Jim Crow, redlining, redistricting, mass incarceration, the tearing and pulling down of families through CPS, all of the things that you guys have done, that white America has done to us to make our lives more painful, segregation, integration, all of that needs to be compensated for so that we are living our best lives. You want to fight crime? Let me tell you how to fight crime in the inner city. Pay what you are, pay us what you owe us. That's how you fight crime in the inner city. You pay us what we are owed. Pay that debt. When people can feed their families, when people are not worried about where their next meal is going to come from, or if they're not worried about how they're going to pay their mortgage or their light bill or their cable bill or whatever that is, when people are content in their lives, then they are able to, crime is less. I have never seen a happy person, someone to ever take care of their family, go say, dang, I think I'm going to rob a liquor store today. No, they're putting it back into the community. They're putting wealth back into their community. They're building their communities up. They're trying to reestablish claim in their own community and build that area up instead of tear it down. Because if you put people in an area and you give them one bowl of rice and you put 100 people around that one bowl of rice, it's going to be killed or be killed for that one bowl of rice. We're tired of fighting over that one bowl of rice. It's time that everybody have a bowl of rice. It's time for all of us to have what is due to us. Every Black family, every family is a descendant of chattel slavery here in America. And we make that distinction because it's America that owes us our debt. We might be owed by other people, but America owes us a debt first. Those of us who are in slavery here in America. I'm not denying any other black race was enslaved, but this is not where their claim is laid. Our claim is laid here. We don't have a claim with the French. We don't have a claim with the British. We have a claim with America. And if you have a claim with the French or the British or the Dutch, I would say go and get what is owed to you. But right now in this country, America has got to recognize that they owe a debt, and that debt has to be paid here in 2020. Reparations now, reparations now, reparations now. Cut the check. Period. That's how you fight crime. You don't fight crime by building more jails. You don't fight crime by over-policing black neighborhoods. You fight crime by making it so that the people who live in those communities can take care of themselves. But you know that already. There's no business. There's nothing in helping black people, huh? There's no money in helping black people to get what they need. And I know that if you can spend billions of dollars on all of these ridiculous things that you had chopped up in this stimulus bill, we now see that you can pay reparations. And it's funny how nobody asks who's going to pay for that. I not heard one question about who was going to pay for the fertilization of fish. I just want to know who was going to pay for that. Was that my tax dollar? But nobody asked that. But as soon as you start talking about reparations, it's who pays for that. America owes us a debt. How they get that money is on them, but they owe us a debt. That's like when somebody owe you, and how they get it is on them, but you want to be paid. Pay us what you owe us. Period. Pinpoint blanket to the period. I can't stress that enough. And if you're not talking about what they owe us, if you're not clowning for reparations, if you're not calling for a black agenda, if you're going to stand toe to toe with us on Inauguration Day and call for a people's agenda versus a black agenda, then you are not with us. And if you're not with us, then you're against us. Pinpoint blank and to the period. It is time, black people, we start treating them like that. Stop calling these white folks and acting like they care about us when they don't. Stop saying, oh, they just don't know. They know better. They know better. They know what we need, but do they want us to have what they need? They claim to love black lives, but they only love us as long as we're the underdog. As long as we're not doing as well as they are, then they love us. As long as they can do a press conference off our backs, they love us. As long as their organizations can make some money off our backs, they love us. But until when we start to do better, when we're starting to rise and starting to see things differently, and we want call for the betterment of our people, they're not standing with us or standing against us, and you better act like it. I just needed to say that. Get that off my chest. Sorry, I got a little riled up. My bad. You guys know how emotional I am when it comes to black lives and black people. You know how much I love my people. I will go through a lot to help my people. Even the ones that I don't particularly, I'm not friends with, or particularly if I'm fighting for reparations, I'm fighting for reparations for black people who I don't agree with. I'm fighting for those who I don't see eye to eye with, those who that don't necessarily like me, or I don't necessarily like their personality, because I love everybody. I might not like your personality, but I love everybody. Those people too. All of those people are included in that fight. I don't forget any of them. I make it be known that everyone, everybody who's a descendant of chattel slavery deserves reparations, and I'm fighting for each and every life that deserves reparations. I don't care who you are, right? And I don't want people to be confused about that. Just because I don't talk to you, or we may not be buddies, but you're included in that fight. And we have to stand together on this. We can't allow the so-called white allies to come in and change our narrative. The narrative has to remain that we get reparations for the things America pays their debt. Pay that debt. Pay the debt. Every time we open our mouths, we should be saying, pay the debt. That's a good cheat. Pay the debt that you owe us. It's not about a people's agenda. It's about a black agenda right now in this moment for black people. See, because white people have everything they need. They have the things that they need. They have white privilege, and this is in so-called white America, and they have all of that, right? We just want to get to a point where we're comfortable here in America, and we're able to take care of ourselves and fend for ourselves, and we're not depending on America to sustain us, right? We want what's owed to us. We don't want charity. We don't want welfare. We want what you owe us. And so we're asking right now that you would pay that debt. And so it's not about a people's agenda for us. It's about a Black agenda that includes reparations to American descendants of chattel slavery. And if you are doing anything other than that and you claim you love Black lives, I cannot stress this enough. You are not an ally of ours. You are in direct opposition, and you should be treated as an enemy. Some of us can't live without y'all, though. I'm not one. I'm not one. Some of us need you to fight with us. I don't, because our fight is not the same, obviously. Because your fight for Black lives is not the same fight that we fight for Black lives. Because statistics say by 2050. If we don't receive reparations, then we will become extinct. They are creating a new Black. In case you just didn't know. Hey, Jack Moore, good talking, my sister. Thank you for being here. They are creating the new Black. It is not us, right? Kamala Harris, she's not us. She's not of our lineage. They had an opportunity to put someone who was of our lineage as the vice president. Stacey Abrams would have done a hell of a job, I think, as vice president. But because she's Black, because she's a Black woman, she's not been. My coffee will be here in a minute, guys. 9:25. I'm excited, and the show will almost be over, but I'll have my coffee, right? Because she's a Black woman. And the theory is that she was going to get to the White House and try to call for reparations for American descendants of chattel slavery. They did not want her. There's no fear of that with Kamala. Kamala is not of our lineage. She's not a descendant of American chattel slavery. Her father is Jamaican, doesn't live here. And her mother was Brahmin Indian, which is of the highest caste of Indian in India. So she does not really know our story. She doesn't know, maybe they did live in Oakland or Compton or wherever it was she said, but they were not bottom caste. She was not in that bottom caste. Let me say that. And so she does not have our story. She rode into office on the coattails of our story, and so did Barack. Neither was Barack American descendant of chattel slavery, and he does not know our story. He does not know how it feels to go through it. He has never endured the things that most Black men have endured in this country. Be not confused. When he's telling Pookie to get off the couch, you don't even know Pookie. And if Pookie stood toe to toe with you, I bet you wouldn't say that to him. You've never even met Pookie because you never even lived in the hood, bro. Stop it. You don't even know our struggle, so stop it. When he said that, when he disrespects Black men to the degree that he disrespects Black men, I am so offended. I don't know how Black men feel about that, but I'm very offended when Barack Obama disrespects you guys, as if you don't matter. Tell Pookie to get off the couch. Stop playing with me. No, Negro. Stop acting like you one of us, or you know us, or you know our struggle. That's what you do. He let us know up front when he was running for office that he didn't believe in reparations, yet we still put him in office. Why would we do that? Why did you guys do that? I didn't vote for him, but why did you guys do that? I didn't vote top of the ticket that year. I've not been voting top of the ticket for a long time. Like, I did not vote for him. I voted for Hillary, however, but that was only due to a coin toss. I felt her and Trump were the same people, except for she was a woman, he was female. So whoever won the coin toss that year, they got voted for. She just happened to win the coin toss. I didn't like either one of them any more than I liked the other. This year, I didn't vote top of the ticket because voting is an exchange. No tangibles, no vote. They weren't talking that no one came with a Black agenda. a Black agenda that included reparations, a Black agenda that was streamlined for American descendants of chattel slavery. It talked about inner city. They talked about Blacks. Black could be anybody. Nothing that was streamlined for ADOS. So there was no one that I was going to per se vote for. But what I am going to do is I'm going to be out there on the 20th demanding reparations for my people. I love you guys. You know, I do. I love Black people with everything I have. I might not like all of you sometimes. I might not get along with every one of you. And we might not see eye to eye. And even those who don't believe that we are on our way somewhere, I still love you. I might have to bring you along with us with a pistol like Harriet Tubman did. You know, she had to up that thing on some people to make them run away, right? So I might have to up that thing on you theoretically and make you come with us, but I'm not going to leave you behind because I love each and every one of you, no matter what. No matter what, I don't care what our differences may be. I don't care how you look, how you think about me. I understand that we have been put here and our minds have been conditioned. There is a condition called white supremacy thinking conditioning syndrome. I just made that up right yesterday, but I'm sure it's a condition. We have been conditioned by white supremacy to think a certain way, some of us, and it takes the Bible says, hey, take a little, thank you, Jesus. The Bible says that it takes a renewing of the mind, right? A renewing of the mind. So some of our minds have to be renewed. Paul said, let this mind be in me that is also in Christ Jesus, right? So when we talk about renewing our mind, that gets away, we get away from the white supremacist thinking. We get away from the white supremacist conditioning of the mind, and we move into something else. God, DoorDash is here. Praise God. Hello? Is this DoorDash? Are you outside? Good morning. Merry Christmas. Okay. All right. Someone be right down. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. I wasn't saying bye-bye to you guys. Toy, can you grab my coffee? My coffee is here. I'm so excited, right? So I just wanted to let you guys know that I love you. I love each and every one of you. And I'm going to make it my business to make sure that I am fighting for Black lives every day of my life. Every day. Until God calls me home. All I want to be able to do is say, well done, your good and faithful servant. You know, I want to do what it is that he sent me to do, for whom he sent me to do it. I believe every one that he sent to do a job has been given a set of people or a group of people to do that job for. Not to say that like when Jesus was talking with his disciples, and the woman came and asked that he would heal her. The woman that had lost her virtue came and asked that he would heal her, right? And he said, first salvation is unto the Jew. Hey, Tashira, Merry Christmas, love. Merry Christmas. I love you. You know I love you. You know I'm always paying attention to what you do, and I'm always in support. And it's a good thing because, like, I don't have to be out there, but my sister knows that I support her. I will support her. I'll donate. I'll call her. I'll send her a message. But that's not everybody. Everybody doesn't have to see what you're doing all the time. And I'm so grateful that she does the work that she does with the families to Shira Galloway. And please check her out. She is working hard with families of those who have lost their lives. And Tashira, I want you to be a guest on the show sometime soon. Maybe after the holidays. And I know you're over there working hard. And Merry Christmas to you and to yours. And we love you we love you at Morning Coffee. Just want you to know that. But I got my coffee, guys. I'm excited about that. I did not. That's my son walking right in the middle of my show. Say hi, Toy Bond, if you're going to just like. Hello. Like, didn't want to say hi, but he walked right in. Coffee. I need my morning coffee. Yes, I know. I do. I love you so much, and I thank you for all that you do, then definitely gotta have you on the show for real. And I love you guys. I love you guys. And anything that you ever want to talk about, if there's ever a topic that you want to address, anything that you want me to go and research for you and look up, and we have this conversation about it, let me know. Hit me up in my inbox. Put it in my inbox. I'm open to the things that people want to address. He just likes me. Yeah, that's like any teenager, right? Or any young adult. They just yeah.
Just what?
They what are you giving me the dog food thing for?
I didn't want to step back into the camera because I didn't want to ruin your perfect image. So
my image is not perfect, and I don't like.
Thank you. I appreciate
put that right there.
Great.
Can you put some cream and sugar for my coffee for me so I can think about it? And they gave me a bunch of cream and a bunch of sugar. But I love you guys, and I think that our time is up for today, almost up for today. But I want to let you know if there's anything that I can do, any show that you would like to see, any topic that you would like me to research or talk about for our people, so that we are more informed. Black History Month is coming. We're going to have a month full of special Black history shows. I am going to teach some Black history because a lot of our people don't know about our people, right? We just know about Malcolm X and Madam C.J. Walker and Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King and those people. But there are so many people who helped us to get us to this point. There are so many people who worked hard in the civil rights movement to get us to the point that we are now. And we're going to talk about those people in depth in February. Stay in there with me. It can't do anything but get better. Also, my ministry, ICIL ministry, will be doing a in-depth look at women of the Bible starting the first Thursday in January at 7 p.m. We're gonna kick the series off with Esther. So if you're a Bible thumper, if you love the women of the Bible, like I love the women of the Bible, come join me at 7 p.m. on that first Thursday. I don't know the exact date, but the first Thursday in January, we're going to kick it off with my girl Esther. And then we're going to talk about the virtuous woman and how she became the virtuous woman. So I've been doing a little study, and I want you guys to study with me. If you're not familiar with Esther, read the story of Esther. Let's get together. Let's talk about it, because it's not a dictatorship. It is a democracy on this show. And on any show that I do, I want to hear your input. I want to hear what you have to say. See you soon. I'll be in box soon. Thank you. Thank you, Tashira. All right. I love you guys. You have a merry, merry, merry Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. If not, yeah, do that. Yeah, that's more us, right? Shake a hand. Yeah, hang low the mistletoe. That's what I'm talking about. So you guys have a very merry Christmas, and you enjoy yourself today. Hey, love, I'm glad you're back. We're going to close out this episode of Morning Coffee. I thank all of you guys for joining me this morning. I love you so much. I will see you on Monday at 10:30 Central, 8:30 Pacific. And I'll be back home hopefully by Wednesday. So I'll be home by Wednesday. I'll be home. Yes, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.